All right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Today is Wednesday, and as usual, we have our live podcast every Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. 3 days a week. That's like a pre-dated time for our broadcast. Today, our topic is about slavery as a start, and then we will talk about other things. When you look around you and you watch the news, and you see how disgusting this earth is. And then you see big mouth people who speak about stupid things. I mean, people, they go on the street and they strike because they did not allow transgender to use a bathroom of females. And thousands of people go in the street and they shout and they burn cars and they break doors and they, like, sorry. And then I apologize. And then we see what we see in the news today, that Africans, human beings, are kidnapped in Islamic countries, in Libya, in Algeria, in Morocco, and they are sold for the price of $400 if you are young and strong, which means for one iPhone X, you can buy almost 4 human beings. So you give them iPhone X, they give you 4 African. And you look at the media, I mean, nobody care for it. Like, who care? I mean, just, I mean, they are so busy to speak about the female and the feminine movement and a gay and all the stupid things. But when it's come to selling and buying a human being, what is this guy with his name, Louis Farrakhan? This guy who he claimed that he is, obviously he is a racist, supposedly. What is the racist Farrakhan? Why he don't go strike in the street and say do something, save the African in Africa from the hand of the Muslims? But I forgot he is a Muslim. So as long we are Muslims, we can enslave African, and there's no problem with that. As long the one is enslaving them is a Muslim like him, there's no problem. And by the way, those slaves are not Muslims. The Muslims, they only enslave African Christians or African who they are not Muslims, coming from Eritrea, coming from Ethiopia, coming wherever they are coming from. Those poor African, they are trying to go to Europe because the stupid European, they said everybody is welcome, especially the Chancellor of Germany. And during their trip, they have to pass through North Africa, which is controlled by Muslims. And what happened to them in North Africa? They got captured and they got jailed as usual. Nothing changed. It was the same as 2,000 years ago, since Muhammad 1400 years ago, and until now nothing changed. Always African, they were sold by the white Arab Muslims in North Africa to Europe. And then they say to you, do you know what the European did? But they will never tell you where European were getting their product from. The product is a human being for sale, and the one who is capturing them and selling them for the white man is a Muslim. But nobody talk about it. Where is Obama? What happened to Obama? Where is Michelle Obama? Where is the big mouth Barney? Where is the big mouth Hillary? Where is the people, the left, who talk about human right too much? What's wrong with those people? When the war was happening in Africa, if you remember, it was between like there is 2 tribes are killing each other, the Tutsi and the other tribe, I forgot, Tutsi and something else. More than 600,000 people slaughtered and burned. They burned them alive, burn each other. Nobody moved. I mean, what is the NATO? The NATO moved and deployed 500,000 soldiers from USA to free Kuwait. Why you care so much for Kuwait? I mean, those are Arab, they are fighting each other, and nobody is burning no one. It's just an army occupy other land. How come everybody is so alarmed to the point we send 500,000 soldier? And you know what does that mean, 500,000 soldier, right? And from the NATO, from France, from Canada, from Australia, from everywhere, you know, like everybody want to share in this war. Suddenly they are in love with it, to free Kuwait. But nobody sent one soldier to protect the African in Africa. Why? Because they are poor African, black African. I mean, let them die, who care, right? They don't have oil. If they have oil, we will go there, but they don't have oil. This is how hypocrite those filthy who call themselves leader. I don't care really if they are Democrat or Republican. All of them, they are scumbag. What is the idiot Trump? Why until now he did not make a statement? Why he did not say anything? Why he did not send his Marines to free them? You know, how in the world we accept such a thing in the year 2017? You get a 3 human being or 4 for a price of an iPhone. And you know, you will believe it or not, the one is selling them is even the police. The police of Libya is the one, number one seller for African is the police. Why they have so much time to talk about gays and lesbian? An American Muslim woman, she sued the government because they forced her to take her hijab in the office, post office. I mean, this is the worry. You will see it all over the news, and everybody is condemning such a behavior. Man, what happened? And a Muslim, she been asked to take her hijab off. But thousands of slaves in Saudi Arabia, you know, Mauritania, 70% of the populations are slaves. 30% they own 70%. And we have embassy for Mauritania, and Obama, he have an embassy for Mauritania, and actually he gave them even aid. And until now nothing changed. And then you see tons of articles speaking that Islam is anti-slavery. You're right. Muhammad, one of his names is the slave buyer and seller. We can show you tons of reference about Muhammad buying and selling slaves and raping the slave. Hypocrisy not only in America, my friend. This is hypocrisy around the world. I mean, where is the prime minister, or where is the president of France? They are worried about Al Hariri in Lebanon. You know who's Al Hariri? What happened to him? Nothing. This guy is a billionaire. The president of France, he fly to 4 countries to see how he can solve the issue of the prime minister of Lebanon. This guy is a billionaire. He have his own jet, he have his own guards, he have many houses, many palaces. So the president of a France moving to 3 or 4 countries to see how he can help, but he don't do anything about this. Well, those are rich people, you know, we care for them. They are rich and they are Muslims, you know, Muslims. But those poor African, regardless if they are Christians or not, but most of them, they are Christians. We capture them, we enslave them, we exchange them for cell phone, we put them in Amazon.com, we put them in eBay for sale, and nobody talk about it. How disgusting Those leaders are. You see, I'm not going to say how disgusting Muslims are. Muslims are disgusting, and I'm not going to add something new. This is Islam. Islam is religion of slavery, and Muhammad, he owned tons of slaves. So though, and by the way, I want to ask the Muslims, why we don't see Muslims striking by tens of thousands? I mean, if you are really a Muslim who is against slavery, huh? How come we don't see tens of thousands if you going in the street against it? Because this is your religion. It is lawful. The Muslims will strike against the cartoon. A cartoon will make the human inner of a Muslim move. He is angry, he is upset from a cartoon about a dead man. But people who they are alive and they are sold as sex slaves, or to be slaves for the male and sex slave for the female, it's okay. I mean, the Muslim is not really annoyed with that. I mean, what the problem? What exactly the problem? What happened? Nothing. This is Islam. We are allowed to take slaves, and those are not Muslims, so we can't take them, we can't sell them. In the top of that, they are African. What do you want us to do with them? As long they are African and they are poor, nobody care for them. You know, what if one of those slaves was Muhammad Ali? Huh? Then we will talk about it, because this guy is famous. Those are not a human. They are not Muhammad Ali. Poor people. Who knows who their names? Who knows who they are? They are just a poor African. I mean, who care for them? Let them die. You know. But if somebody is rich, what about we talk? What if they enslave Kardashian? How many president and how many prime minister and how many congressmen and how many stations will talk about it? Kardashian, she have a big ass. She is very important person for the world. I mean, who is more helpful for the universe and for the global warming more than Kardashian? So we have time in TV stations to speak about Kardashian ass for 10 hours, but we don't have time to speak about those poor people dying and enslaved and humiliated and sold for three of them for one iPhone. I mean, how the world can be more disgusting than this? Shouldn't be this topic is the topic for every TV station in the world, not only in USA? Shouldn't United Nations gather immediately and make a force to go and free them? Oh, nobody care. You might notice I'm really upset because I'm upset. You know, like I cannot believe it that this is happening in the year 2017. You know, we know ISIS, we know what they do, we know slavery, we know Islam is about slavery, but this is supposedly is a government, and your governments, they have relationship with them, and they send them aids, they send them assistance, they send them weapon, they send them money. I cannot believe how disgusting our media is, and our presidents and our prime ministers and our ministers and our Congress, to the point nobody want to talk about it. They should have an immediate meeting. And by the way, this is not something new. They are doing this for the last 5 years. Those poor African, they are trying to escape from their being poor, from the poverty they live in. They have, you know, I mean, everybody, you know, everybody have his own drama in life, and those people, they have their own drama. They are poor, they have no jobs, so they try to escape to Europe, and it's not their fault. It is the fault of the stupid European who encouraged them to come across the sea. So all of them, look, the lucky one is the one who died in the sea. The unlucky is the one who is captured by the Arab white Muslims and then sold as a slave. This is all because we have a stupid woman in Germany. She said refugees are welcome. So everybody in Africa is dreaming to go to Europe. I mean, why I want to live in Zimbabwe, huh? Where the garbage in my street is higher than me, where there's no jobs, where there's no security, if I can go and live in Germany. Refugees are welcome, but how they are welcome? They have to cross the ocean and die in their way, and then they have to cross the land of slavery, and half of them will be enslaved, and then little 10% of them, they will be able to escape and come to us. If I see those world leaders, if I spit on them, honestly, I'm going to take my spit and wash it again, because they don't deserve even a spit from us. What is Obama, the big mouth? The one who keep talking about the crusade. I mean, what's wrong? What, you know, anything you speak about Islam, he say crusade. They don't see what Muslims do. You see, when Muslims they do things, it's okay. I mean, what the problem? And in the best scenario, if they spoke against it, they will make an article in the newspaper says, look what they are doing. That's it. And then everybody go to bed and everybody sleep. I mean, how in the world people they can accept this? It's hard to believe, right? Until now, they have slaves in Emirat, they have slaves in Kuwait, they have slaves in Saudi Arabia. And not only that, the Muslims, they always create new forms of slavery. As an example, in Qatar, if you work, let us say they hire you to work. Now they are trying to build many stadiums, etc., for whatever they call it, the national soccer game, whatever, it's a stupid thing, or a sport. But how they are going to build it? By the death of hundreds and thousands of poor Indians, poor Indonesians, poor Filipinos, who they bring them, and they right away when they arrive in the airport, they take their passport and they gather them in like in houses which is like jail, and 20-50 people they live in one room, and they have shelves for them. You know, shelves, you don't have a bed, it's a shelf, and they make you work for 16 hours, and then if you die, because there is no a security measure for this kind of employment, you know, those are just poor Filipinos or Indonesian or Indian, let them die. I mean, who care? So he go and he fail, and then they send him in a box to his family, they say he died. But that cannot happen to someone who is European. If you are European and you are employed in Qatar, they will give you an apartment by yourself, a car, and you can even hire some maids for you. Like you can ask the employer, I want a maid in my house. But this is not an option for the slaves, who they are Indian, who they are Filipinos, who they are from Bangladesh, who they are, and by the way, even they enslave their own kind too. 1,200 women get killed from Indonesia in Saudi Arabia alone as maids. The whole world knows that this is slavery. They bring them from Indonesia as maids in the house, and then they rape them, and then get the bread net, and then the owner, he get, you know, the owner of the house who owned this woman anyway, he kill her and he dump her in the desert, and he says she run away with my jewelries. I don't know what she is. And then after a year or two, if they found her in the desert, they found her bones. Yeah, you know, I reported her for you anyway. What I can do? I mean, she run with my jewelries. The world is really truly disgusting. I don't really feel talking too much today about like more, but really things is really sick. Honest to God, I wish I am the president of USA. I will land immediately in Libya, and I will free those slaves, and I will hang everyone who bought or he sold a slave, to make them a best example of justice. I will not even wait for the Congress to make a vote. Those who speak too much about freedom, and they speak too much about human rights, and they speak about everything good, but they don't do the good. What I will say about Saudi and Lebanon, my friend, those countries will never have peace as long as there's Islam there. That's it. I mean, this is the destiny of those countries. Those are Muslims. They cannot live in peace. A Muslim, if he cannot find somebody to sting him, he will sting himself. You know, they are like spiders. You know, spider, he have a tail, and the tail have, or let us say the scorpion. Sorry, the scorpion have a tail, and this tail, at the end of it, have a poison, have something harmful, have something dangerous. So this is scorpion. If he could not find someone to sting, he will sting himself. He will be bored. So I'm not worried about those people, because simply this is how they are, and this is how they are the one who is doing things for themselves. Who is the one is killing who in Yemen? Muslims killing Muslims, Arab killing Arab. They cannot live in peace. In Iraq, in Turkey, in Bangladesh, in Pakistan. I mean, just yesterday, a Muslim, he suicide himself, a Muslim bomber, he suicide himself inside the mosque. He killed more than 50 Muslims. Why? Because they are Muslim Shia in Nigeria. This is how they are. So if the Muslims, they enjoy killing each other, I mean, what we can say, I think we should not even intervene, because this is their game. I mean, this is how they are. The Middle East right now actually is very much stable because of America. Otherwise, if Trump, he took his hand away, right away the Saudi will invade Qatar immediately. This is the only thing is holding them from invading Qatar. All of us, we knew that. The only reason that Iran and Saudi are not going in war until now, because of USA. Go and read history, my friend. Have you ever seen those countries have peace? I mean, when the last time Iraq has peace? The only stable countries is the countries who they are under the protection of USA. As simple as that. Take the protection of USA, the land there will go in war. So I'm not worried really about there, because those, they cannot enjoy peace. They need war. I mean, this war is their life. A Muslim who is living in a peaceful country, he is bored. I mean, this is boring, man. What I'm worried about is those poor African who they are promised a dream to go to Europe, just to cross the ocean, cross the sea, and come to us, and the Chancellor of Germany, she is welcoming you, and then they find in their way that there's a slavery, and they will die from hunger, and they will die in the sea, and they will be raped, and they will be, you know, even the little money they have, not only they slave them, you know, those poor African, in order to do their journey, do you know what they do? They borrow money from friends, from cousins. I mean, they make the whole family put fund so he can go to Europe, and then one day he will work there, and then he will send us money back. He will help the family. They have a dream, big dream. And then those poor people, they go to cross the Arab land, the white Arab man, and right away they are captured, and then they are sold as slaves. And who is the one who is selling them as a slave? The policeman in Libya. The ministers have some slaves. You know, hypocrisy is a very it's a lifestyle in the world today. You know, go and see how many videos in YouTube about iPhone review. I did not see one video speaking about those poor slaves there. The whole world is busy with iPhone X. Yeah, you know, obviously you can buy 4 black African for 1 iPhone. The price for each one, if he is young and strong, or she is a beautiful slave, beautiful African, you can have her for $400. If they are not, then you can have them for $200. So 1 iPhone can buy 10 of those. Open CNN, open Fox News, open all the stupid news, and you will not see anyone talking about it, as it's nothing happening. And where is the African in America? What is the African in Africa? What is the African in the world? I mean, how you accept that your ancestors are treated like this? I'm sure you have a lot of time to go to party this coming Friday. And you have a lot of time to drink beer and to shake your booty. But you have no time for this. I mean, let them die. They are poor African. Who care? And what happened to this earth? Why people, they are losing their dignity? Where is the Christian churches? Where is the priest? Where is the ministers? Where is the teachers? Where is the bishop? Where is the pope? Where is everybody? Where is everybody? I don't know what to say. Really, I'm like I have no idea what to say. In this earth, if you are poor and you are no one, I mean, who care for you? Do you remember when Kardashian, they stole her ring? How many TV stations they made a program, 10 hours show, 3 hours show, CNN, Fox News, every scumbag TV show speak about the Kardashian ass and the Kardashian ring. But nobody have time for those poor people. I mean, this is serious. This is Kardashian ring. Are you kidding me? Kardashian ring is a stolen. Are you sure? The world is really disgusting. I'm telling you. You are not important as a human being. You are important if you are famous. You are important if you are rich. You are important if you are a star in TV. People are busy about a song, about a woman. She is a famous. She was in TV, or she opened the car door, a star she opened, and everybody saw her panty, or she was wearing no panty. But those people, who care for them? I mean, who is going to talk about those people? You know, usually, you know, my program is focused in Islam only, but I don't know. I could not really take it. I'm not watching some weird news. All the news is like this. Don't you see? Go. They have TV shows have nothing to do except stupid things. An actor, they took a picture for her when she was in the front of the window and she was without a bra. This is what the world is looking for. This is why they put it for you in the news, because they knew what you are looking for. If they put a picture of those kids dying or taken as slaves, nobody will watch. People will turn off their TV. People, they want to see naked women. People want to see handsome men. People, they want to see a dancer. They want to see a song, a singer. They want to see a song. They don't want to, you know, who care? Open the TV, Hillary, Hillary, Hillary. What's wrong with Hillary? I mean, the election is gone, and the guy is a president now, and the scumbag Hillary is in her home, and she is still rich, and they are having their own jet, and they have their own palaces, and they take summer vacation in the Honolulu, and they are talking about Hillary and Trump. And look at those people. I mean, who is going to remember? Who is more important, Hillary or those? For sure, Hillary. I mean, Hillary, her life is in risk, and she is not able to find the bread in her table. So we have to spend the coming 20 years talking about Hillary and her scumbag husband. This is the truth. And who care? You see, you know, people, they do think of things because of what is more important. If you know, if you are in love with someone, you will call this person every day, right? Maybe every 5 minutes. But if this person later became not important, you would talk to him maybe once every 6 months, and maybe then later once every year, and maybe then you forget about him. This is exactly telling us what a human being in love with. Human being is in love with his stupidity. Human being, he lost his dignity. He is in love with famous names, famous people, famous faces, beautiful faces, rich faces. But nobody want to see those naked people who have no shoes in their feet, and they cannot even survive to eat, and they are taken into slaves, and the girls are raped, and even even the boys, they rape them. And then they have big mouth, you know, like, you know, yesterday I saw in the news, like the media, 1,000 stations is coming to see the Turkey of a Trump. I mean, do you see how important the topic is? The Turkey of a Trump. CNN, Fox News, Australian News, Philippine News, Afghanistan, everybody is talking about the Turkey of a Trump, and Trump, he made a speech about the Turkey. I mean, unbelievable. This is amazing, brother. Well, they have a speech about the Turkey, but they didn't have a speech about those poor people. Obviously, the Turkey of a Trump is more important than those African. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? You will not see that size of media gathering together to speak about this topic, but you will see the huge size of media. I mean, like there's like a 3,000, you know, cameras taking pictures and videos of a Trump Turkey. Human being, his brain is less than the brain of a turkey. Stupid, dumb, naive, can be driven by a TV station, a stupid show, but he cannot be driven by the human sense. We lost our humanity. We are not having the sense of a human. We are just people who they are consumers. We watch TV, we buy things. Now we have a Black Friday. Are you waiting for Black Friday? We remember Black Friday, not because it's a black, but because it's the price of a Friday. So now we remember Black Friday. Everybody is waiting for Black Friday, but black human being, they can die. Who cares? They can get taken as slaves. What do you think they will have in the Black Friday in Libya this Friday? an option to buy 10 African for $1. They will give you 50% discount. I cannot explain to you how much I am disgusted. And for those who they are asking, I am not even a black, but I believe that a black person is no different from me as a white man, and he is equal, and even maybe he is better. Because since when the color will make you better or less? It's who you are. If you people are truthful, and if you have a Twitter, if you have a Facebook, please post and do something. You know, let us create a wave of people who really care. I mean, this is not acceptable. Until now, slavery is big business in the Middle East and Islamic countries. We shake hands with those leaders who they own slaves and they sell slaves. This is the land of slavery, and still we are doing business with them, and we give them aid, and we train them, and we have their flag in our country, and we open embassy for them. What about Trump? Right now he shut down the embassy of Mauritania, which is 70% of population is slaves. I mean, it's not 5%, it's not 2%. We are talking about millions of people. They are slaves until now. People, they care only for stupid things, sadly. Like now everybody is thinking about the Turkey, but those poor people, they are dying there. I don't know what to say. I have no idea what to say. It's not really the topic I talk about usually, but I mean, what you can do. What is George Soros, the billionaire who can buy Africa and all of Africa together? He encouraged the refugees to come to Europe. Do you know why? People, they might think this guy, he loves refugees. No, they're a scumbag. They bring them because they are the cheapest employment. He will save hundreds of millions of dollars by bringing those refugees. It is additional form of a slavery, because this guy, even if he come to Europe, you know, do you know what the wages for those people is in Europe? Nothing. If you are not a legal citizen, if you are not qualified, let us say, they will give you a trashy job. You are the one who clean the trash, you are the one who clean the dishes, and we will give you $1 an hour. And this guy, this poor African, he says, $1 an hour? Wow. Like what? Really? Because he is coming from a poor country. But then he will notice that $1 an hour will not even cover his you know, his bread. It is another form of slavery too. But we have now is real slavery. We have people who they are captured for real, jailed and sold in the stage. They place them in the stage for sale. They have a package sale. They have individual sale. They have like they go in the stage and they check like it's a female. They lift up her skirt to see her ass, to see her legs, to see her boobs. And if she have nice one, then the price will be higher. But if she is not good looking, you know, too much, like, you know, she don't have the ass of Kardashian, then the price will be lower. I would like each one of you to contact his Christian priest, Christian minister, and ask him to make the topic for the coming week. It's not the turkey of the Thanksgiving. It is what we can do to help those poor people. So they can contact, they can talk to Congress, they can send messages, we can send emails, we can do many things. We can force them. If they are scumbag, they will not move, we can force them to move. And trust me, they can do something. America is the most powerful country in the world. We have soldiers almost in every spot in this earth. This is not acceptable. If you are not a Christian, I mean, I'm not just talking to the Christians. If you are an atheist, don't you believe this is wrong? Why we see tens of thousands of feminine movement, they are going in the street? Why? Because the women she is striking, she don't want to shave under her arm. I mean, who care, you stupid? Don't shave under your arm. What's happening in this earth? Who is forcing you to shave under arm? Oh, I want to look like a man. Look like a man, grow beard. Put fertilizer in your face and the hair will come like crazy. So they have time to strike against stupid things, but nobody have time to talk about something really important. The word is really disgusting, and if we do not do something, it's going to stay disgusting. And if you are an African American or an African European or an African who live in an advanced country, I mean, do something. What about you contact your church, your people, etc., and let us make a strike in the front of the White House? If you live in the Washington DC, what if we see like 50,000 people gathering in the front of the White House forcing Trump to do something? You can gather 50,000 people to watch football game, but we cannot gather 50,000 people to do something to free those human. The word seriously is disgusting. Anyway, our topic is, as we know, always is about Islam, but this is about Islam because the one who is doing this is Muslims as usual. Slavery is in every, you know, by the way, slavery in Islam is not only about kidnapping black African. I mean, we saw them, they are kidnapping a white Yazidi, white Christians. You know, slavery is Islam, and Islam is a slavery. Slavery in Islam starts with the Muslim believing that he is a slave of Allah. So slavery is right in that spot. He is a slave. He believes he's a slave. Then because he is a slave, he want to enslave everybody. Inside the house of a Muslim, the woman is a slave. She cannot leave the house without his permission. She cannot even fast without his permission. She cannot even clean her ass without his permission. He put bars in the windows, bars in the doors. He locked the door, and she is not supposedly a slave. So what is left to be a slave? Slavery is a traditional life of Islam. Is the right way to live in Islam. And the husband, he can beat you. Oh, but you know, in Islam we say beat your wife, but beat them lightly. It doesn't say lightly. No, where you liar. I can show you the story where a husband, he did beat his wife until he made her skin greener than her clothes, and the prophet took the side of the husband. If this is not a slavery, so what a slavery is? That the man, he can beat his wife, so she obey him. Now, do we have any Muslim would like to call me? Any Muslim have an objection about what we are saying? Any Abdul? If you really truly believe in what we said today, I want to see people downloading this video, or if you don't have a good internet to download, copy the link, share it around. You see, I don't care about people watching in my page or in your page. This is not my mission. I'm not interested really of having millions of subscribers. I don't care if I have one subscriber or thousands or 10,000s or 100, whatever. What I care for is we spread the truth and we change the mindset of a human being. We change the interest of each one of us. What is really our interest is, you know, all of us, we have needs. All of us, we need to put food on the table. All of us, we have to pay bills. We have a lot of needs, yes. But my friend, if you cannot think of what is right and what's wrong, and you focus only in your individual needs, you are not really exist in this earth, and you don't deserve to be called a human. You can be called selfish. A person who speaks to the mirror every day and ask, who is more beauty more than me? Who is more rich more than me? Who is more successful more than me? Because the focus is me. A person who focus in me and me and me, he have no future. And a society who have nothing but me, this is a self-destruction society. Because you know the earth is not like before. The earth became a small village. The terrorists are not in Afghanistan no more. They can take an airplane, will take them few hours, and they can land in Manhattan. And if you allow this to happen there, is going to happen to you. Wish to others what you wish to yourself. Some might say, well, can you, this is Islam, what you can do? No, we can do, you know, we can do. Those African, they've been enslaved for a very simple reason. Because the stupid European, they announce loud and clear that everybody is welcome to come to Europe. So what are you expecting now? I expect that every African who live in a poor country, has a dream to go to Europe. And this is a legitimate dream. He's a human like me and you. Imagine if you live in a country and you cannot have a bread in your table for your kids. Our garbage in America is luxury in those countries. And I'm very serious about that. So it's not their fault if they try to go and get to better life. It's the fault who made them believe in such a dream, and that dream will go through the land of slavery. Those people, in order to come to Europe, they are not going to take an airplane and come to Europe. They are crossing the Arab land first, which is the land of slavery. And the lucky one who is not captured, he might die in the sea. And then from all of those survivors who survive slavery or survive the ocean or the sea or the Mediterranean Sea, then that lucky person, he arrived finally to Europe. What's wrong with people? You know, when you are a criminal, but you are famous and rich, everybody praise you. And when you are a victim and you are poor, nobody even remember you. You know, in the Middle East, we used to say, you know, I learned from my parents. They said to me two things the world don't speak about. I said, what? They said, a rich man, he is a pimp. Nobody put him down. He's rich. I mean, when you are a pimp but rich, you are welcome. You are. It's an honor to talk to you. Two things nobody knows about or talk about: a rich person who is being a pimp, and a funeral of a poor man. And those people, they are living in worse than the funeral. They are dying slowly as slaves. So our media is occupied with a stupid news about a star who bought a new skirt, a guy who spoke in TV and he have a food in his lip. He forgot to clean it, but because he's a star, the food in his lips is so important. The turkey of a Trump. I mean, can you believe it? How important the topic is, that every TV station in USA is coming to see the turkey of a Trump. The whole world is talking about it. I flipped yesterday TV stations, you know, through the internet, and everybody, wherever you go, they are talking about the turkey of a Trump. Before Trump, it was the dog of Obama. The turkey of a Trump and the dog of Obama, they have more space than those poor slaves in our media. This is the truth. And you know, like normal ordinary people, they don't even think about it. I mean, like, it's yeah, it's a cute to see the turkey of Trump. Everybody is curious to see. I mean, this guy, they will eat the turkey like us. He have teeth, he have an ass, he go to the bathroom. I mean, who care, man? Why even I have this in the news? If we say to them, there is a person who is dying from cancer, but he don't have a life insurance, he don't have a health insurance, how many TV stations is going to come and make an interview with this person who is dying from cancer? Nobody. But the turkey of Trump is extremely important. What is missing is to put the microphone in the front of the turkey and to ask him how he feel. And trust me, if the turkey talk, they will do it. They will be fighting over having an interview with the turkey. And the first question they will say, hey, what do you feel about being the special turkey of Mr. Trump? And then the turkey, he will he will spread his feather and he will be so proud. He will say, I'm so proud to be the turkey of Mr. Trump. He will eat me, he will enjoy me, and life is good. And they might ask him even, how do you feel about being an American turkey, not an African turkey? And then he would say, I'm so proud to be an American turkey. Thanks God I'm not an African turkey, because if I'm an African turkey, I will be suffering from hunger and nobody even going to eat me, because I will be a piece of bones. Everybody is thinking about himself, thinking about his belly, and those African are left alone. So I'm not going to talk really long today. I don't really feel talk about anything more. If you are really truly a person who care for others, and don't think about it that those are black and you are not black. My brothers, they are human like us, and they have eyes, they have heart, they have feeling, they cry, they have pain, they are like us, they are no less. So if you are a true person, you should do something. Copy the link, share the video. Let us make a movement to contact your church, contact your congressman. It doesn't matter what country you do. Ask him what you did about this topic. I didn't see you saying anything. Why the congressman did not go and ask for an immediate meeting? And when I say Congress, by the way, I'm not talking about only USA. I mean, I don't know what country you are from. We are from coming from around the world in the internet. But you can ask, you can force them to move. Contact your friends, contact your churches, contact your organization, any whatever system you belong to. Do something, make a movement, and trust me, we can do something. You know how small the snowball is, right? You can be a small ball, snow, but in the beginning, that is a small in the beginning, but it's going to grow bigger and bigger, and you can make a difference. There's many people who speak for a human right. In the beginning, they used to be alone. Just an individual, trying to do something, and then things grow. So don't think you can do nothing. The most scary thing, if every one of us think that what he can do, nothing. No, we can do. So contact whoever you know. Contact your church, contact your congressman, contact them, like call them many times, be annoying. And make other people call them too. This is something we cannot ignore. God is watching, and he's asking, what's wrong with my people? Why they are not doing anything? Somebody might say to you, why God don't do something? Well, God, he used us. This is why we are here. We claim to be Christians, but where is our Christianity then if we allow this to happen? So I would love to see every one of you copying the link, share it in YouTube, share it in Facebook and Twitter, and let us see if we can do something. If you really care, if you are truly a person who is honest, if you want to celebrate your Thanksgiving, be thankful to God that you are free and you are not slave. At the same time, prevent such a crime to happen against your fellow human being, regardless if those African they are Christians or not. I'm not going to speak longer because I'm not really feeling good today about this. But remember, we have 3 days a week. We have Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4:30 p.m. And during the week we do podcast too, but not in a certain fixed time. So I want to say thank you for being here, and I hope that my message was delivered, and I hope that you guys will do something and help me. Maybe we can make a change and make a difference, and if we cannot, that is a shame. Thank you guys, and may the Lord bless you until I see you this coming Friday again at 4:30. May the Lord keep you free from slavery of stupidity, slavery of mind control, slavery of the money, slavery of sex, slavery of everything can make you a person who have nothing to do with your human emotion and a human belief and a human system. We are part of society. We are not just individuals. We are born in society. We are born in a family, have a father and a mother. We are society, and the society is not only in one place in the earth. We are human race, not African race, not white race. We are a human race, and if you allow this to happen to them, sooner or later it's going to happen to you. It might be in different form, it might be in different way, but it's going to happen. Thank you for watching, and see you soon again. Christ is Lord, Islam is false. I mean to that. See you.